The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Here goes the last DJ.
Gentlemen, I wash my hands of this business.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another brand new episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Wednesday, March 31st. We are your daily dose of laughs and levity in a crazy, crazy world. I'm joined by my co-host, Mr. Tony Sanfilippo. Tony, how you doing today?
I am doing good, Kristian. I don't know if you can hear me. Is the mic not muted?
Nope, you're all good.
Okay, cool. Then I won't trust the screen. It says you are muted. So.
Oh, yeah. You're coming through my board, so we're just using your video on there.
All right. Sounds good. I am doing good, guys. I am here in good old Nevada. One last day. Sorry for the best of the last few days. It's been a busy week, but man, good to be here in studio with you, at least for one episode this week.
Hey, we'll take you where we can get you, Tone. And I know your trip out here was a condensed one, so you had a lot of visits to get in, but I don't think the listeners will mind too much. A couple best of episodes for your mental sanity.
Yeah, no, it was nice. I know when we last talked, I was on my way out. We got that In-N-Out burger that I kept raving about, but yeah, here we are, man. It's the flight, it's in reverse. Now we do the show, and then it's off to travel land again. So
headed back home.
Yeah,
so,
but happy to be in studio with you, man. This always goes a little smoother, I think, in-house. So
well, knock on wood. Don't jinx it.
Yeah,
so.
Well, I don't got wood. You're going to have to knock on wood. Actually, tap on wood.
There you go. All right, that works. Well, folks, let's go ahead and kick things off the way we do each and every day with a question for my co-host, Tony. This one's not necessarily on the weird or crazy side, but French monks, what would you assume that they are known for?
For being very peaceful from France this time, yes.
You would think, maybe drinking a good bottle of the blood of Christ.
Yeah, a little wine, a little baguette.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Well, all that goes to say that a French monastery in the heart of Burgundy launched an emergency online sale Friday to get rid of thousands of its prized artisanal cheeses, which are languishing in its cellars as COVID-19 keeps buyers away. The Citeaux Abbey, just south of Dijon, birthplace of the Sister Christian Catholic
from
order,
Burgundy,
usually sells its raw milk, semi-soft discs only to restaurants or visitors who make the trek to its on-site shop. But a drop in demand since the coronavirus crisis erupted last year has left the Abbey's 19 Trappist monks with 4,000 cheeses too many, the equivalent of 2.8 tons.
Ooh.
We tried explaining to our 75 cows that they needed to produce less milk, but they don't seem to have understood. Brother Jean-Claude
Van Damme.
Yeah, that would be awesome if it was. In charge of marketing at the monastery founded in 1098, told AFP, "Our sales are down nearly 50%, he said, with French restaurants still closed since October 30th as authorities tried to curb a third wave of cases. We need to clear our stock. It's a sin for fans of cheese made by the monks since 1925, which won the silver medal of last year's International Food and Drink Competition in Lyon, a bastion of France's culinary heritage. The monks teamed with internet startup Divine Box, which sells products made by abbeys in France and elsewhere, with the goal of selling at least a ton of cheese by Tuesday." Hopefully not all to the same person, because
that's a lot of cheese.
Yeah, I'd hate to be a plumber in France if that's the case.
Vivez, vous, I have the poo-poo. Kind of sound like Yogi Bear there.
But all that goes to say, and I will post this on our Facebook page, that if you guys want some fine French cheese made by some monks, go onto their website. I don't know if they ship to the U.S., but, if you're a cheese fan, this might be the way to go.
Ooh.
All right.
I was waiting for like some crazy story. That was just not one of the crazy ones. It took a hard left.
Well, I had this one set up for Monday as sort of a nice way to ease ourselves into the week as opposed to just hitting you hard. But, I figured I'd go ahead and use it and let people know about the cheese shortage or overage, if you will.
You better start buying some cheese, folks.
Well, folks, it is Wednesday. We've got a wonderful show lined up for you today. Let's talk about today's show, shall we?
Hump Day! Yeah!
It is Hump Day, and as we do on Wednesdays, we have Words Are Hard.
Always hard.
Always hard. We have a segment called Emergency. Our call-in topic today is your favorite kid joke. It should be pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
We should get some good interaction on the stereo app there. We have a segment called Behind the Scenes. We close out the day with This Day in History. And up next is Tony with the entertainment news. Folks, do not go anywhere. We will be right back.
Behold my process. Ooh, yeah, let me tell you something right here. It's the Loot Crate subscription box, yeah, full of exclusive loot, fun surprises delivered to your door every month.
Just pick up your favorite geeky genre, Daddy.
From the original Loot Crate, the Loot Crate Dex collectible boxes, dude. Cowabunga!
Through the Loot Gaming video game box.
Woohoo! Yee-hoo!
Wowzers! With crits starting as low as $11.99 per month, there's a box just about for all collectors.
To get your geek on, head over to phoenixmedia.us/Loot Crate and claim your exclusive offer. That's FENIXmedia.us/Loot Crate. Great Scott!
Snap into a Loot Crate, dig it?
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix radio show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix radio show, and we've got a little thing called the Fenix Line. It is our 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week voicemail line, giving you guys, the listeners and watchers, an opportunity to chime in on anything whatsoever. Maybe you bought some cheese from some French monks. Boy, that's a tongue twister. We want to hear about it. Give us a call at 855-FENIX-RADIO. That's 855-FENIX-RDO or 855-336-4973. All we ask is that you keep it entertaining. We'll compile those together, put them out in a future show. Now it is the second segment of this show, and you know what that means. Tony is here with the entertainment news.
Good morning, everybody. It is Wednesday, March 31st, and here is your Filippo Fast. The Wonder Years' Don Cheadle will narrate the ABC reboot series. That should be good. Elton John revealed he collaborated in an unidentified project with Metallica.
I heard about that.
That's going to be interesting as well. The bitch is back. Yeah. Okay, that was bad. Black Adam release date is now pushed back to July 29th, 2022. So Black Adam has been official and is happening. Sharon Osbourne exits the talk amongst controversy, and the Mortal Kombat movie has been delayed 1 week after Warner Brothers announced the video game adaptation will now be released April 23rd instead of its April 16th release. At least it's just a week.
Disappointed!
Yeah, I know. But
I was really looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah. Well, now you got to wait one more week. But on a plus note, Godzilla vs. Kong is out today. Like right now, after our show, you can get your Godzilla Kong on.
Yeah, if your flight wasn't so late, I'd say let's go to the movies afterwards.
It'd be sweet. I will. It'll be Orlando all over again.
Right.
Maybe they'll be nicer this time. Yeah, I'm starting to think that's why they broke my luggage.
Ooh, they put a note in there for the baggage handlers.
It's that idiot from Orlando. Bust his wheel, would you? Anyways, so Monday, typically this would have been the thing to do on a Monday, which would have been the weekend box office report. But this is our Monday in the sense of shows. So you're getting the box office report since we're talking movies. This weekend saw some bloody action at the box office as the R-rated movie Nobody opened in first with an estimated $6.7 million. The Universal release, starring Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad lawyer Bob Odenkirk as an assassin drawn out of retirement, also opened in several international territories last weekend and now has a worldwide total of $11.7 million. The movie was originally scheduled for release in August of 2020, but of course delayed and bounced around, but it finally arrived. It's getting some good scores on Rotten Tomatoes. It's averaging about 79% on Rotten Tomatoes and a Metacritic score of 65. So there is that.
And I think you were telling me the director of John Wick is the same director for this movie.
Correct.
So it has that same sort of feel and vibe and, of course, action-packed violence.
Yeah, it's definitely something I want to see.
Yeah,
So that right now in theaters, there's actually, I'd say there's 3 movies, 4 I'd like to see currently out right now, which means I need to get my butt to the theaters. After holding the top spot for 3 weekends, the animated fantasy Raya and the Last Dragon moved to second place with $3.5 million. Disney's PG-rated adventure, which is available to stream on Disney Plus at an extra cost if you don't want to go to the theater, but you should go.
Yes.
Has a domestic total of 28.3 and a worldwide total of 90.4 million. So that's doing really well currently in theaters.
And again, that doesn't even take into account how much the Premier Access has made for that movie.
Correct. They have not released that at all. They're being real quiet on that.
Yep.
And I know it's got to be pretty good. In third place was the PG-rated animated live-action hybrid Tom and Jerry with 2.5 million after 5 weekends, and it's just about to disappear from the HBO Max streaming service. So that's kind of weird that theirs is a short run on HBO Max. I didn't realize they only have it for a small period, and then it goes away.
Yeah, so what you'll see happen is, same with Godzilla vs. Kong, and all the movies they release will be available on HBO Max for a certain period of time. It'll disappear for a while. That way it gives the home video version, so DVD, Blu-ray, download, people can purchase it. And then I'd say probably in about 6 months, you'll see it appear again on HBO Max.
That makes sense. So if you haven't seen Tom and Jerry yet, you want to watch it on HBO Max, there you go. But the movie has brought in $79 million domestically. So
next to The Croods, I think it's been the big winner of the whole pandemic.
Yeah, it's done quite well for itself. My cousin, she told me when I saw her the other night, and she goes, "Did you watch Tom and Jerry? I just picture you watching Tom and Jerry because I'm a goofball." I said, "Actually, Tom and Jerry looks crappy to me." And she goes, "Oh, okay then." Speaking of another movie we wanted to see, Doug Liman sci-fi adventure Chaos Walking was in fourth place, brought in $1.18 million on its fourth weekend, bringing its domestic total to 11.4 and 15.6 worldwide. Oof, on a reported cost of $100 million. So that one's definitely not making no money back.
Well, to be fair, it's sort of an afterthought movie anyway. It sat on the shelves for a while. I think they even did it. They made the movie before Tom Holland was Spider-Man, or like right after the first one. It's been sitting for a while.
Yeah, it's been there for a long bit. Benedict Cumberbatch's period thriller The Courier brought in 1.4 to be number 5. So that was your more explained 5, and then coming in the bottom 5, Crude's New Age up to $56 million. The Marksman, aka Taken 9, 14.8. Boogie, the movie about a booger or basketball, 3.8. Minari, I have no idea what that is, 1.8 million. And Wonder Woman 84, 45.8 million. And that's one you can actually get on Blu-ray now and stuff. I saw it at the grocery store the other day.
You're picking up the tin collector's
edition. The collector's edition, yeah.
You love that movie so much.
Awful movie. It was really bad. Unfortunately.
Especially when you compare it side by side with the first one, which was so good.
Yeah. And this was not it. Speaking of movies getting pushed back, another one I have to report is Venom Let There Be Carnage has been delayed again. But seemingly these delays are not as bad as what I usually report. This one was supposed to be out after it's been shuffled many times. It was supposed to be out September 17th. Now it will be opening September 24th. So
push back.
So we still get it in September, which is good. Which, when you really think about it, as the movie theater or as the movie season kicks in, we got a lot of big movies coming out, and they're finally at wit's end where they can't delay them anymore. They're just kind of like, we're up, our backs are against the wall, so here it is. Like Black Widow, it's like, here, we can push it here, and that's all we can do with it. We can't push it any further.
At some point this year, there's going to be blockbuster movie after blockbuster movie, just week after week after week. Sometimes, you get a little bit of a breather, especially when a Marvel movie is released, but that's not going to be the case this year, or probably even next year.
Yeah, it's. I'm looking forward to seeing what we have. And right now, like I said, there's about 4 movies you and I both want to see, and I wish there was more time. I wish I was out here through the rest of the week so we could go see some of these. But that's okay. You guys should go check them out, though. Moving on to TV. Now, I knew this was coming up, but it was a very nice. We got a very nice random trailer and a poster yesterday for Star Wars: The Bad Batch. It was announced it will open with a 70-minute premiere episode.
Wow.
And basically the description of the new trailer for Disney's Plus's animated series. The show will debut Tuesday, May 4th. It will run with a special 70-minute premiere followed by a new episode every Friday starting on May 7th. Once the trailer shows off Hunter, Echo, Tech, Wrecker, and Crosshair in action, showing them performing an unimpressed Grand Moff Tarkin before what seems to be their escape from their Camino home. We also see characters who will appear alongside the clones, including an unnamed Camino child that seems to be along for the ride. The young Saw Guerra, played by Andrew Kashino, reprising his role from the Clone Wars series, and the Mandalorian's Fenix Shan, played by Ming-Na Wen. The Bad Batch focuses on a group of 5 clones created to serve the Empire, officially known as Clone Force 99. Each clone has been created with a specific skill in mind, but they also come with a rebellious streak, leading them to be branded enemies of the state and going rogue. All 5 clones will be played by D. Bradley Baker, and just an awesome poster of it. And what's really cool is we're getting a new Star Wars series on Star Wars Day, which is May 4th. And then that also goes, so that kind of breaks the Marvel streak, because you have Falcon Winter Soldier that'll roll till May. Then we have a little break with the Bad Batch, and then it goes back in with Loki in June. So this is just kind of cool as it alternates Star Wars, Marvel. And then it was also announced on Monday that the Kenobi announced an all-star cast, including Hayden Christensen coming back, Kamal Nanjiani, Indira Varma, and many more. So that starts shooting in April, and that's going to be awesome as well. So
my only question with Hayden Christensen is he going to be part of like flashbacks? Because otherwise it could be anybody in the suit, in the Darth Vader suit. Besides, he didn't do all that great. He was even whiny Anakin in the suit. The whole no.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to be in the suit, but my thought is flashbacks.
Okay,
that would be my thought. I know there's no notes, but as we roll in before birthdays, today is March 31st. Apparently, today's the day Mario dies. There's this big thing saying Nintendo is killing him, and you have to buy every video game. Realistically, today's your last day to play Mario 35 on the Switch, and it's your last day to go pick up Mario All-Stars 35th Anniversary Edition. You won't see them on store shelves after today. They'll be pulled. So if you want to get that game for your Nintendo Switch that had Galaxy, Mario 64, and Mario Sunshine, today's the last day to pick it up, or you're going to be paying out the rear from from resellers on eBay and Amazon. So friendly warning as Mario dies, and that is your entertainment news. Let's roll on to the birthdays, shall we? It's my birthday! Well, the last couple days we've had a few birthdays here and there. So we missed out on Lady Gaga's birthday, Reba McEntire, Julia Stiles, Vince Vaughn, Ewan McGregor. But today is co-founder of AC/DC, the guitarist, Angus Young. He's 66. And the big birthday is, if Ryan Wink was still here on the show, he does an amazing impersonation. I can't even come close. But this gentleman has been in over 100 movies and television shows. You might most famously know him as the Saturday Night Live cowbell actor that says, "Needs more cowbell.
I got a fever.
One fish, blue fish, selfish." Christopher Walken is 77. I cannot do it like Ryan Wink does, man. That guy.
He's got it spot on.
He was even a guest on the show one time. If you go back to an early Fenix show, Christopher Walken did a call and talked to Christian. It was quite entertaining. I say look at that in the archives. I don't know what episode it was.
Yeah. There's been quite a few. So,
but happy birthday to the last couple days, and today's birthday, guys, Walken and Young. So happy birthday.
Very cool. Well, that does it for the entertainment news. When we come back, it is Wednesday, and we're going to go through Words Are Hard. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back after these messages.
We'll be right back.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextsstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm going to do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show, and we are all over social media with many of you watching us as we speak on Facebook Live or YouTube Live. Now, if you want to get a hold of me on social, I'm available at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. That's Kristian with a K, Fenix with an F, radio, of course, with an R, or on Instagram and Twitter at Fenix Media Radio. And Tony's available at facebook.com/Tony.Sanfilippo. That's SANFILIPPO.94, or on Instagram at Tony.Sanfilippo81. Now, being that it is Wednesday, and as we like to do on Wednesdays, we explore the English language, the weirdness and the intricacies of it, with a segment we like to call Words Are Hard. So no guessing for you today, Tony. We're not. Yeah.
Okay.
So won't have you, guess the meaning or tell us what something means. This is one where it's more in the realm of translation. And often I go searching for different types of Words Are Hard type articles that I can run through. This one actually came to me. I was just scrolling through something and it popped up. And it's a little obscure, but it made me chuckle when I was going through it. So I figure it'll be a good one. So these are expressions, Lithuanian expressions. That, how often do you hear Lithuanian? But
couldn't tell you.
that have hilarious translations into English. So to give you an idea, in Lithuania, you can't instantly spot a fool, but you can always see when a person's face is unharmed by intellect. So you're not a fool, but you know what, Tony? Your face is unharmed by intellect. Basically calling you pretty stupid.
Gotcha.
And your face looks stupid.
Oh, thank you.
You got a dumb face.
But you said it so nice that I would not know the difference.
Let's move on with Words Are Hard. Lithuanian expressions with hilarious English translations. For instance, in Lithuania, there are no fights, just clarifications of relationships. Actually, I like that that term.
Yeah. Hey, we're not in a fight. We're just clarifying the terms of this relationship.
Exactly. We're not arguing. We're not screaming and throwing things at each other. We're just clarifying the relationship.
Just making sure we're on the same page.
Exactly. All right, moving on with Words Are Hard. Again, a little more obscure today. Lithuanian expressions with literal, hilarious English translations. For instance, Lithuanians don't have a dirty mind. They have very, very curly thoughts.
Ooh, I like it.
Does that refer to the short and curlies?
Short and curlies, yes. The chin hairs.
Get your head out of the cloud and stop with those curly thoughts.
Yes, you're so positive. Jeez.
Here's one that just, again, makes absolutely no sense. We are talking Words Are Hard. Lithuanian expressions, hilariously translated into English. Nothing is too late either. So, Tony, you weren't too late, but you may have had spoons may be served after lunch.
Oh, I don't understand the spoons part, but I'm assuming that I at least get a little bit of the bite of the lunch, right? The lunch is pretty much eaten.
Yeah. That is one where I think
I wouldn't use that ever. You're like, you're never too late, but the spoons you don't get for lunch.
Right. Don't be 2 spoons may be served after lunch.
Yeah.
What?
You're very weird.
Here's one you'll appreciate, Tone. We're talking Words Are Hard. Lithuanian kids don't go to the bathroom. They go and visit the dwarves.
Well, it's not that farther away from visiting the Sherwood Forest either. So it's kind of all the same realm.
I'm wondering if the dwarves live in the Sherwood Forest.
Ooh. Right. Gotta go say hi to Pokey and then maybe Johnny. And you have an elf named Johnny?
And
yes.
Doc?
Yeah. Sneezy. Ooh, I got a dopey.
Got a dopey brewing?
Yeah, I really don't, but yeah.
Let's keep moving on. Talking Words Are Hard. Again, Lithuanian expressions that have very hilarious English translations. For instance, Lithuanians don't merely enjoy the view, they swallow with their eyes.
I'm going to try that once on a date. Yeah. What are you doing? Swallowing you. With my eyes, of course. Silly. Don't think I'm having curly thoughts, aren't you? I mean, come on.
Next time you go up to Tahoe, just make sure you swallow it with your eyes.
Oh, I did.
Whoa. Let's keep rolling on. Words Are Hard. In these times where people are shut in, a Lithuanian doesn't go crazy. Their roof drives away.
Oh, that person, man, the roof must have drove away. Kind of lost it. No curly thoughts in that brain. It's gone. The roof is gone.
Well, and maybe if they're clarifying their relationship, if things go too bad, the roof might just drive away.
Yep. Sorry it didn't work out when we were clarifying. You've caused my roof to fall. Thank you. It's crumbled.
Let's move on. Words Are Hard. Again, if you're just joining us and you're thinking, what the hell is going on? We are talking Lithuanian expressions that have hilarious English translations. For instance, a Lithuanian does not fail, become useless, or talk crap. They simply slice a mushroom.
Oh.
Tony, quit slicing a mushroom.
Oh, I'm slicing mushrooms daily. Oh, y'all. Not really. But what a weird term to say.
Yeah.
Slicing a mushroom. What are you doing?
Well, it goes to show how weird English is.
The elves. They're calling my name. The elves.
Are they related to the dwarves?
Dwarves, too. Elves is a special one. That's when you have had too much Mexican food.
Well, if you are a fan of Lord of the Rings, don't mix up the elves and the dwarves.
No, man, people get mad. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they do. All right, let's keep rolling on. Words Are Hard. A Lithuanian won't give you a lecture. They'll show you where legs grow from. Wow. Tony, come here. Let me explain this area.
Whoa. I thought you were just going to have a convo with me.
And that'll just lead to curly thoughts.
Oh, yeah, but then the roof might fall. It might fall off.
All right, let's keep rolling on. Words are hard. Lithuanian expressions hilariously translated into English. For instance, Tony, maybe after this, we won't want to grab a beer. If we're Lithuanian, we'll want to go get some liquid bread.
Ooh.
That doesn't sound good.
That doesn't sound good. You're
No.
like, well, think about that. If you want to ask someone out, like your friends or a date, and you're like, would you like to go, I don't know, get a liquid bread? What? Liquid bread.
It's so chewy.
It's good. I mean, you could get it in potato flavor. You could get oat nut. You could get wheat. You could get ciabatta. It's all good.
You could put an orange in your liquid bread.
Liquid ciabatta. Let's roll.
Let's keep moving on. Talking words are hard. Now, Lithuanians won't lie to you, but what they may do is hang pasta on their ears.
I just pictured like a really old Italian man with noodles on his ear. Kind of like the old man from Up. Hello, I'm Captain America. Look at my noodles.
My brain went more to the curly thoughts, and I was thinking Ben Stiller from Something About Mary.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, is that hair gel?
Something else hanging from the ear.
Yeah.
You got to know what I mean. All right. We've got time for a couple more. We're talking words are hard. Talking Lithuanian expressions, hilariously translated into English. For instance, a Lithuanian may not be straightforward, but they will never bother wrapping words in cotton wool.
But maybe they should.
Tony, stop beating around the bush and wrapping your words in cotton wool.
Well, I'm trying to just, I got noodles on my head. I'm sorry.
Oh, and then finally, in words are hard. Lithuanian expressions translated into English. Apparently, the Lithuanians saw one too many Looney Tunes cartoons because a Lithuanian doesn't get surprised. Their eyeballs pop out of their forehead.
Ooh.
Aruga.
I pictured the wolf, too, yeah.
Exactly. So apparently that happens when Lithuanians are surprised. I want to throw a surprise party for a Lithuanian one time.
Yeah.
Just to see that.
Just to see it. Do it. They're like, what are you doing? Come on. We're trying to cause your roof to blow off, huh? Do it. Do the thing.
Well, folks, that does do it for this edition of Words Are Hard. When we come back, we've got a segment called Emergency. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. We've made it to the final segment, at least of the first hour. There's still plenty ahead with our second hour, including our call-in topic of the day, your favorite kid joke. Should be straightforward. Hopefully we'll get a few chuckles out of that. But if you missed a portion of the show or you want to go back and catch up on any of the previous shows, it's easy enough to do so. Head over to phoenixmedia.us, click on the show's link, scroll on down to the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. From there you can get video, you can get audio as well, or head over to wherever you get podcasts. Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor Breaker, TuneIn, iHeart. About 20 in all. While you're there, be sure to subscribe. That way you always have the latest episode. Leave a review. Let us know what you think. And tell your friends, because sharing is caring. Now, in this segment that we have titled Emergency, we are talking 911 calls, specifically funny 911 calls. Now, on a more serious note, Tony, have you ever had to call 911 for anything?
No. I don't know why I had to do that with like that humor, like, no. Nah, I've never actually had to call 911.
Probably a good thing. I have a couple times, just, I do a lot of driving, and I've witnessed accidents or something happen, called them to let them know of something happening.
Oh, I lied. I have once. I called and reported a drunk driver once at night because he was all over the road.
Good.
But that was it.
And that's what you should use it for.
Yeah.
Obviously, there are reasons not to use 911. There are certainly good examples of that in this segment. So
that's good. I thought you were going to go more of like my dad's grandkid.
That's right.
I called 911 and posed a threat, and then went to my dad's house. They didn't go over so well.
Yeah. It'll cut you with a knife.
Yeah.
If you're not careful.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I go.
All right. Well, let's get into it. We're talking funny 911 calls. Emergency. This one from user Watch the Boom. And speaking of little kid calls, a little kid called 911 because he wanted the cops to come arrest his brother. You see, their mom said that the caller's brother was supposed to share the Lego, but he wasn't sharing. The caller's brother said that he was playing with all of the Lego, which wasn't possible. There were too many Lego for one person to play with. All of them at once, argued the caller. Therefore, his brother was a liar, a jerk, and a turd, and we needed to come and arrest him. We had a high degree of confidence that this wasn't a coded request for help, so we asked to speak to an adult. We confirmed that there was no distress and closed the case. Share your Lego, kids. Share your Lego.
Yeah, that's awesome. Can you arrest my brother? He's a turd, and he's a jerk, and he won't share his little Grogu, and it really upsets me.
Not a reason to call 911, but still
But
funny.
it is to me.
And I'm sure it was a nice little piece of levity in their crazy days.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep rolling on talking. This one from user Dispatcher12, aptly named. I got a call about a man who required extrication from an Under Armour insulated shirt. His shoulder popped out of the socket while he was pulling it on, and it was halfway off when his arm locked and dislocated. He was laughing and said, "I would have driven myself to the hospital, but I would have had to drive with my..." And this is just crazy.
Oh, that's nuts. Yeah. Oh, sorry. It popped out of socket. I'm going to drive with it out the window.
Yep.
Yay. Yeah, I have heard the sneezing in the back going out. That's happened to you, and it's happened to Shipley, too.
Ooh, yeah. Not fun. But what is fun are these funny 911 calls in this segment. This from R. Band Girl. All right, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
Band girl.
Random Band Girl. There you go.
Band girl.
I once called 911 because I cut my finger and wanted to talk to my mom, who was a dispatcher. I called crying and asking to talk to her by name. She was more pissed at my dad for not waking up when I tried to go to him first. Yeah, don't call your mom at dispatch about a cut finger.
Yeah.
You know, they've got bigger things to deal with.
Mom, I got a paper cut, and I'm going to need you to send Jerry. Yep. That's Sheriff Jerry. He's going to come over to my house, and we're going to need help here. It's a lot of blood, Ma. A lot of blood.
By the way, Sheriff Jerry, if you're watching, hello.
Oh, yeah, that's right. There is a Sheriff Jerry. Virginia City's finest.
Yep. Let's keep rolling on talking. All right, this one from Esportate. Okay.
Esportate.
I had a grown man call in about a monster trying to get into his son's room. His son explained that the monster had climbed a tree and was at his bedroom window. It was as big as a dog, and it had hands like him, but tiny. I asked the kid if it had rings on its tail, and he said yes. Turns out they had just moved to America a month before and never heard of raccoons. I couldn't mute myself fast enough, and the father heard me laughing. I think that's what helped calm him down. I explained what a trash panda was and welcomed him to our wild jungle.
No. That's awesome.
There are, and things that you would expect to see like in a sci-fi movie. Raccoons could certainly be one of those.
Yeah, absolutely. Trash panda. Get out of my trash, you little pandas.
All right, moving on. Talking urgent emergencies. Vagabond PTA says, I was a 911 dispatcher years ago. The specific call that still makes me laugh. A frazzled mother called because her 6-year-old had gotten onto the roof and she couldn't get him down. She kept screaming about how we needed to hurry, but not because she was worried he would get hurt. Apparently he had done this before, and last time he peed in the air vents.
Nice.
Tony, is this your mom?
It is possible. I do like to randomly pee in places. Well, not so much in the adult life, but as a younger teenage boy, yes. Yes, I did.
All right, let's keep moving on. This one from Raz V. It might help if I played the sting. Razvi says someone called because they got their head stuck in their cat's scratching post. The
cat scratch post. Nah, nah, nah.
The cat was stuck inside with them. Throughout the call, I kept hearing things like, ow, F, dude, this isn't fun for me either. Could you imagine a cat that's just stuck in the corner and you can't get out, your head's stuck in there and it's pawing at it?
It just reminds me, last night at my aunt's house, they were watching just funny cat videos, like on YouTube. Like that was a thing because YouTube's a little more newer to them.
Okay.
And they discovered just random cats, and it is funny.
Like Keyboard Cat?
It's kind of like Keyboard Cat. It's just, they do some random stuff. So that I can picture that.
All right.
Especially after watching that last night.
Let's keep moving on. Talking. Farmer External says, my dad used to be in charge of the 911 call center. One particular story I remember was in 2009 when some guy called asking how much weed he could have in his car while driving through the state. They went back and forth. for maybe 20 minutes, and the guy kept repeating and rephrasing the question, and my dad just kept responding, none.
How about no? You can't have no frickin' weed. Put it away. You can't bring it. Can't smoke it. Can't deal with it. Get it out.
Of course, things have changed now a little bit. So, that has changed since 2009. But at that point, yeah, zero, none.
No weed.
But what if I have a little bit in my glove compartment and the rest in the trunk and a little bit in my pocket? Is that okay?
It's dispersed.
Let's move on with Here's a fun one. From Brent L. says, I got certified as a call taker and was mandated for overtime on my first shift. Policy was if someone insisted they saw something, we take it at face value and enter the call. Well, this lady called me just after midnight swearing she saw a chupacabra on the west side of Orlando and insisted on an officer doing an area check. Not too long after that, a coworker was in on his night off and left the building. He called 2 minutes later saying he saw a kangaroo hopping down the street. So kangaroo, chupacabra.
It's close. I saw Bigfoot.
Yeah.
He hops. He wasn't quite as hairy as I thought, and he had floppy ears, was a little weird, but I seen him, and he's real.
It was a hairy alien. It wasn't Bigfoot.
What?
The chupacabra.
El chupacabra.
All right. Rolling on with this from Minnie Magis says, my friend had the cops called on him because he was doing liquid at the C train station. It's a form of dancing at raves where your hands move in a way that looks like they're liquid. The person who called the cops was scared it was satanic or something.
Ernie satanic or something.
All right, moved on with Place in the Way says, I took a call with a guy who insisted he was in an argument with a man dressed as a giant Pepsi bottle. He said the man in the Pepsi suit had stolen his debit card and refused to give it back. Upon arrival, the officers told me he was high as shit and arguing with a vending machine.
Now, does shit get high? Does the little dwarf, does it toke it up with MJ?
Maybe you didn't want to say high as F.
Yeah.
But in any case, I think we got time for one.
Did I say high as F?
No.
No, okay. I got a little nervous. Maybe I did. I'm like, sometimes I do just speak.
Well, saving my favorite for last. Because we are running out of time. This from EM Doc says, this woman called 911 3 times in 10 minutes because she saw a service animal in a mall. He's here staring at me. No, I don't care that he's helping. He just licked his nuts. So, folks, we are headed into our long break. Enjoy the news, grab some tea, lick your nuts if you so choose. We will see you guys in 7. You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. Look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Hamilton the Pug, Instagram star and shelter pet. Amazing adoption stories start in shelters. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council. So you see, son, good manners are important. Should I go through it again?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open, don't speak with your mouth full, keep your elbows off the table. Share your things, play nice, and generally treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit tunein2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media, the multiverse of pop culture entertainment. To explore our complete lineup of quality programs, head over to phoenixmedia.us or like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio.
From FSN in London, I'm Nina Morepotz with the latest world news. Brazil has been plunged into a deeper crisis, both on the political and health front, after the chiefs of the Army, Navy, and Air Force resigned in protest over the Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro's attempts to exert more control over the military. The country is also battling an exploding daily COVID-19 death toll. Mr. Bolsonaro's popularity has plunged over his handling of the pandemic. Some 314,000 people have died, with a new daily record of 3,780. Brazil has the second number of total COVID cases after the United States. Turning to the COVID crisis in India, the third worst affected country after the United States and Brazil, authorities there are warning cases are on the rise again. Rebecca Bundan reports from Mumbai.
The number of confirmed new COVID-19 infections recorded in the past 24 hours in the country was down on the previous day, but authorities remain concerned about the situation, and a top health official, VK Paul, has said that it is going from bad to worse. The state of Maharashtra, which is home to Mumbai, is leading the high numbers of infections. A night curfew has been put in place in the state, and the local government is considering imposing more restrictions. It is even looking at whether a lockdown may be required.
A UK government-commissioned review published on Wednesday claims that racism has become a less important factor when it comes to social disparities in the United Kingdom. The Commission on Race and Ethnic Disparities, set up in light of the Black Lives Matter protests, claims that Britain should be regarded as a model for other white majority countries. From London, Benji Hire reports.
Concerns that the UK is institutionally racist are not borne out of the evidence, says the Commission. Among the review's main findings was that successes in education have transformed British society into one offering far greater opportunities for all. That also means that despite some communities remaining haunted by historic racism, the pay gap between ethnic minorities and the white majority population has shrunk, and diversity has increased in professions such as law and medicine. The 264-page report makes 24 recommendations, including stopping the use of the term BAME, the acronym for Black, Asian and Minority Ethnic, because, it argues, differences between groups are as important as what they have in common. The opposition Labour Party, meanwhile, maintains there is an institutional problem of racism in the country.
A major shake-up of Hong Kong's electoral systems is taking effect, giving China significantly more influence over the city's politics. Hong Kong's chief executive, Carrie Lam, says the changes will strengthen the city, but democracy campaigners say the moves eliminate any real political opposition. From bureaus worldwide, this is FSN.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets, and they all have one thing in common. Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a pet near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard, that's optional. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Brought to you by Maddie's Fund, the Humane Society of the United States, and the Ad Council.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit tunein2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke. When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
The storks are bringing me a baby brother. We can do this together.
All right, let's go.
Storks know how to keep kids safe. Do you?
But
Oh my gosh, you don't know.
I know.
You don't. Oh man, you laugh when you're uncomfortable.
No.
Making sure your child is in the right car seat is one of the steps to safer travel.
I will rock this.
You will rock this.
To know for sure that your child is in the right car seat for their age and size, visit safercar.gov/the right seat.
Cool. Very cool.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s.
Surely you can't be serious. I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Here goes the last DJ.
Gentlemen, I wash my hands of this business.
Welcome back, folks, to Hour 2 of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Wednesday, March 31st. We are your daily dose of laughs and levity in a crazy, crazy world. Still joined by my co-host, Mr. Tony Sanfilippo, live and in studio. Tony, are you ready for the fastest hour of the day?
Of course I am. You know, even though I want this trip to drag out a little longer, it's going to be like this trip. It's real fast.
Yep. It's going to just blink and it's done. But we have a lot of fun stuff here in the second hour, so it won't all be wasted. Now, it is the interactive portion of the show where we want to hear from you guys, the listeners and watchers, on our topic of the day, which is why we give it 24 hours in advance. Or in the case of today's topic, we gave it 72 hours in advance.
Yeah, we gave it was like every day. It's like, here's Monday's topic. Just kidding. We had some issues Monday, and then, okay, well, let's do it Tuesday. Oh, Tony can't do it Tuesday. Oh, right. Maybe Wednesday? Well, and here we are. We are here, and it is ready to go.
Gave it plenty of time to percolate, but and the reason we give it in advance is because we want you guys to call on the Fenix line at 855-FENIX Radio. Give your selection, idea, recommendation, whatever it may be. Or, of course, you can always chime in on our Facebook page at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. Just click into the live video there and comment, or join us live on the stereo app at stereo.com/Fenix Media. Of course, we will get into that in the next segment. But today's topic is your favorite kid joke. And this stemmed from not this previous weekend, but the weekend prior to that. I was out with my kids, and of course, they've always got their kid jokes that they hear on, well, I would say the schoolyard, but there's no real schoolyard right now. It's distance learning. But, it's kid jokes. They're fun. They're wholesome for the most part, except for yours. I know what yours is going to be.
No, I won't say it.
Oh, you can say it.
Oh, okay.
It's
not a real kid joke.
Well, and we're not governed by the FCC. And just like you, when you were a kid, it went over your head. So most kids wouldn't even understand it anyway.
I even pulled up a kid joke just in case. They don't really have kid jokes.
Well, the thing about kid jokes is they are short, so we'll have time for a few of them. But the one that really got me thinking about this topic and using it as a call-in topic was a knock-knock joke that had heard. And, of course, it had my kids laughing hilariously. So here it goes, Tony. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Al goes.
Al goes who?
Yes, it does.
Bazinga. I don't have the Bazinga button today.
And Al does go who?
Who?
Yeah, they thought it was hilarious. It's juvenile, but it's hilarious.
No, it is funny. Like, I looked up a kid-friendly one.
Okay.
Even though I'll tell you what mine was. But what do you call a bear with no ears?
Don't know.
A bee. Because ears.
That's a word joke.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm unoriginal, and I Googled that. You're welcome.
And then I think my favorite all-time kid joke is, why didn't the toilet paper cross the road?
Why is that?
Because it got stuck in the crack.
See, those ones are good. The first joke I've ever learned in my life, and I've told this, it just sticks with me, and I did not get it until I was an adult, but what's green and smells like pork?
I know the answer, but go ahead.
Kermit's finger. I'm not going to explain it because there might be little ones listening, so there you go.
And if I'm not mistaken, if you go watch The Muppet Show on Disney Plus now, there's now a disclaimer that some things may be outdated and inappropriate. So do we need to put a disclaimer on that one?
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's just one of those I didn't get until I was in high school.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I always thought he stuck his finger in her nose, and I'm like, why would he pick Miss Piggy's nose?
Maybe a little further.
I didn't have curly thoughts.
There you go. Nice little callback to earlier.
Yeah.
Words are hard, but
that's a lie. I always had curly thoughts in junior high.
I think we all did. But that's what we're talking about, kid jokes. Maybe a little pushing it to maybe over the heads of kids, but, could be wholesome and fun. Of course, we want to hear about it. So go ahead and head over to our Facebook page, facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. Comment there with your joke. Of course, click into the live video.
Clickety-clack.
Otherwise, we won't see it. And then you can join us on the Stereo app now. Tony, I know you pulled something up. Before we do head out to the break, why don't you drop us one more kid joke?
One more kid joke going out. Let me unlock my phone here. All right. Scrolling to the next one. What did the fisherman say to the magician?
What did the fisherman say to the magician? I don't know.
Pick a card. Any card. Wicked funny, huh?
Yeah, wicked funny.
They must have been from Boston on that joke. Baston.
Your uncle from Baston.
The uncle from Baston. What do you call a cheese that's not yours?
Oh, that one. That's an oldie but a goodie. It's nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese. Good job.
All right, folks. It is time. Let us know what your favorite kid joke is. We are headed into our break, and when we come back, it is all about you. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Behold my process. Ooh, yeah, let me tell you something right here. It's the Loot Crate subscription box, yeah, full of exclusive loot, fun surprises delivered to your door every month.
Just pick up your favorite geeky genre, Daddy.
From the original Loot Crate, the Loot Crate DX collectible boxes, dude. Cowabunga!
To the Loot Gaming video game box. Woohoo! Yee-hoo! Wowzers! With crits starting as low as $11.99 per month, there's a box just about for all collectors. To get your geek on, head over to phoenixmedia.us/Loot Crate to claim your exclusive offer. That's FENIXmedia.us/Loot Crate. Great Scott!
Snap into a Loot Crate, dig it?
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community.
Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at fenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at fenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show, and we are smack dab in the middle of the interactive portion of the show where we want to hear from you guys, the listeners and watchers, on our topic of the day. Now, you can join us one of two ways here live. Either you can head over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio, click into the live video and comment there, or shortly here, we will fire up the Stereo app, and you can go to stereo.com/Fenix Media, and you can chime in live with your selection. Our topic of the day. Our topic of the day is your favorite kid joke. We're having a little juvenile fun over here, mostly innocent, a little bit pushing the line, but either way, you know, we're having a good time. Now, Tony, I know you had a bunch of people chime in,
Yes.
so let's go ahead and go through their kid jokes and just see how much fun we can have.
All right, let's have some fun with our Phoenix super fans here, starting with Jamie. Her favorite kid joke. What did the fish say when he hit a wall?
I don't know.
Damn. She loved it because she could kind of swear and get away with it.
Right. It's like that joke in National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation. I'm your damn tour guide, and this is the damn tour.
Yeah. Exactly. You can kind of push it a little bit with that. So that was a good one. Jenny chimed in and she said, well, this one's from her son, Dane.
Okay.
He said, why did the girl bring toilet paper to the party?
I don't know.
Because she was a party pooper. What's a cow with no legs?
I don't know.
Ground beef. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting cow.
When they... Oh. Well,
you totally screwed up the
I
joke.
did.
Tony.
I messed that one up.
Here,
no, okay,
here,
try this
Tony,
again.
knock, knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting
Moo.
cow. Yep, that's how you're supposed to say it. I was reading it like Ron Burgundy. It says when they say interrupting cow, you moo.
You moo. Yeah.
What's the fish? What's the fish for the missing eye?
What's the fish for the missing eye?
I think that was a typo because it should say
Should say I'm Ron Burgundy.
No, I can't do that one because it doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So thanks, Jenny, for chiming in on those. And then, of course, Mike and Lacey and Bella out of Nebraska have chimed in. Why couldn't the pirate go to the movies?
I know this one, but why?
Because it was rated R. Army mateys. This one, Mike just told Bella, and he's been saving for a few days, and she wasn't amused. Pointed at the trees across the street and told her, those are pirate trees. Why are they pirate trees? Because they're covered in bark. She was not amused. Bella asked why, or her joke is, why was the math book sad?
Why is that?
Because it's full of problems.
Oh.
Those are good jokes. I like them, even though I screwed the knock knock up one because I read it. It's kind of like the prompter. I tend to read what's on the screen. It's just what happens.
That's all right. It happens. It happens.
I couldn't be like good on Saturday Night Live. I would totally screw stuff up. Actually, I could be really good on that show. But.
Read all the stage direction. And
yeah. Going to commercial now. Keenan's line. Whoops.
Oh, but that's what we're talking about, folks, is kid jokes. We're having fun with some juvenile jokes that just make us chuckle, make us laugh. And of course, if you have kids, you can save up some of these and say them to the kids, because there is nothing more fulfilling than the joy in their laughter when they think something is just hilarious. Of course, Bella wasn't amused by the bark. But that's the way it goes sometimes. So
it's funny.
All right. Do you have anybody else who chimed in on your end?
No, that was all. That was our audience participation today, which was good.
It was good.
It was good participation.
Yeah. The only thing about kid jokes is they are short, quick, and sweet. So trying to fill a 12-minute segment, obviously it goes by pretty quick, but we do still have time for you guys to chime in on Facebook. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our stereo roulette. If you want, go ahead and join us now. And we are looking for a chat partner. All right. How's it going? You're on the Kristian Fenix radio show today.
Hey, man, you sound like a radio host.
I guess I picked the right profession then, huh?
You did.
Well, we're having a little...
You grew up with the voice like that.
Exactly. Well, we're having a little innocent fun today, talking your favorite kid joke. Do you have a favorite kid joke that comes to mind?
Oh, gosh. No, not really. No, I can't think of any.
Not a good knock joke, or I'll tell you what. Why don't I give you a kid joke? Knock knock.
Go for it. Knock knock.
Knock knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Oh, I know that one.
That's a popular one.
It is.
It is.
Well,
so what happens if I just don't answer the door? Are you going to keep knocking?
It is
That's more fun to me.
There you
go. That
is
kind of fun.
It's an impatient interrupting cow.
I'm busy. I've got too many things to do. I'm sorry, I can't come to the door right now. The cow is holding one of those Latter-day Saints Bibles, and I'm not feeling it.
Just what we need. Kid jokes with existential crises.
I like it.
Well, we appreciate you chiming in. We're going to keep moving on, but drop us a follow, and hopefully you can join us again.
All right. You guys have fun.
Thanks, buddy.
Much appreciated.
Is his name Megatron on there? I swear to God, Megatron was coming alive in the background.
It wasn't, but it sounded like it. How's it going? You're on the Kristian Fenix radio show.
Hello.
Hello.
Right. So we're having some innocent fun. We're talking your favorite kid joke. Do you have a kid joke that comes to mind?
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
So
they got it. That was the joke. You missed it.
I think we missed the punchline.
It was we on the radio. Like, do it.
And you get them all with the
radio.
How's it going? You're on the Kristian Fenix radio show.
What's up, Chris?
How you doing? So we are having a little bit of innocent fun today, talking your favorite kid joke. Do you have a favorite kid joke that comes to mind?
Favorite kid joke?
Kid joke, yeah, like a knock joke or something. Something kids say to each other in the schoolyard.
Kid. The word kid is derogatory. A kid is the definition of a kid. Let's go to the origin of the question. The definition of a kid is, if I'm not mistaken, it's a baby.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, we're moving on. So
I'm going to tell you that you are racist, because a kid is a kind individual that tells jokes.
How you doing? You're on the Kristian Fenix radio show today.
Just clipped it. Hello, you have a microphone. Use it.
How about no? You know, it's funny. The ones that we think we're not going to get good interaction on, we do. And for an easy one like this, not so much.
We scare them. Just ask them if they have a joke.
How's it going? You're on the Kristian Fenix radio show today. Or not.
Yeah, boom.
How you doing?
Hey,
today?
do you know you see? Hi.
Boy, apparently there
Well, on
are
YouTube
multiple
right
people.
now. Hello.
Okay, I was doing weird noises.
How you doing today? You're on the Kristian Fenix radio show.
Oh my god, your voice sounds like the radio voice.
It's the golden voice.
I appreciate that. So we're having a little innocent fun today. We're talking favorite kid jokes. Do you have a kid joke that comes to mind?
What you call a cow with no legs?
What do you call a cow with no legs?
Ground beef.
Oh, nice.
Fantastic.
That was a good one.
See?
Thank you.
That's
You're
what we
welcome.
love.
We have a lot of cow jokes.
Yeah, you got, what's another cow joke?
Okay, what do you call a cow with 2 legs?
Ooh, what do you call a cow with 2 legs?
Lean beef.
All right. Well, I've got a cow joke for you, so it's going to take a little participation, but knock knock.
Who's there?
Interrupting cow.
Interrupting cow.
Moo.
What a rude, you're a rude cow, buddy. Jeez.
Well, we appreciate you chiming in. We're going to keep moving on, but drop us a follow, and hopefully you can chime in again at a later date.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Thank you. I like the accents. Yeah.
I do too. You know, we get people from all around the
Sounds
world,
like Australia,
which is awesome. How's it going? You're on the Kristian Fenix radio show. You are not.
Bye.
Bye. How you doing? You're on the Kristian Fenix radio show. Boy.
Your voice is so intimidating.
Hey.
How
hey,
you
guess
doing?
what?
How you doing today?
Here's the thing. I'm
Hello.
not very good, but here's the thing.
You're on the radio with
Are you ready for
Smeagol. No, we're not.
We don't want to know. Here's the
I don't
thing.
care what the deal is, dude.
This is fun.
You always get it.
Yeah.
Whoa.
You in a helicopter, bro? Jeez Louise.
All we want is just one more.
Yeah.
Just one more.
Be like the Australian girls. They were cool.
Exactly.
Aussie. Hey.
Here we go. You're on the Kristian Fenix radio show. How are you doing today?
Kristian Fenix, what is going on, my brother?
Right on. So we're having some innocent fun. We are talking favorite kid jokes. Is there a favorite kid joke that comes to mind to you?
Let's see. Favorite kid joke would be, did you hear about the fight in the bathroom?
No.
2 bums got wiped.
That was good. That was a good one.
Love it. Love it.
That was a really good one.
Well, we appreciate you chiming in. Drop us a follow. Hopefully we can get you on another show at a later date, but much appreciated.
Later, man. Take care.
I like that one.
All right. Yeah, you know, it's
Fight in the bathroom. 2 bums got wiped.
2 bums got wiped.
I dig that. That was good. I like poop jokes. Nice sometimes.
Folks, that does it for the interactive portion of the show. Mostly interactive portion of the show. When we come back, we've got a segment called Behind the Scenes. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextsstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going? I'm having a stroke. Are you going to shake my hand? I'm having a stroke. Wow, you're not even moving your arm. I'm having a stroke. When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F. Face drooping. A. Arm weakness. S. Speech difficulty. T. Time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm going to do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix radio show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. Indeed. This is the Kristian Fenix radio show. And we have a little thing we talk about a couple times each show. It is the Fenix Line, our 24-hour day, 7-day-a-week voicemail line, giving you guys the opportunity to chime in on anything whatsoever, including our interactive portion of the show, call-in topic of the day. We give it 24 hours in advance and hope that you would call us at 855-PHOENIX-RADIO. That's 855-FENIX-RDO or 855-336-4973 for the alphanumerically impaired. All we ask is that you keep it entertaining. We'll compile those together, put them out in a future show. Now, speaking of tomorrow's show, the call-in topic for it is uncanceled TV. What TV show that's been canceled somewhere along the lines would you love to see come back? Have a resurgence, a reboot, or just be uncanceled? Pick up where it left off. That's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow. A lot of thinking to do on that one because there are so many good shows that, no longer exist.
Right. And then sometimes they don't do it right either. They'll bring it back and it's like a whole weird premise. Then you're like, kind of takes away from the original story.
Yeah. And what comes to mind in that is, we're getting a reboot of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but it's not a sitcom. It is a serious drama.
Yeah. Like that. That's kind of one of those things like needs to be, I don't know.
Right.
One of those, I don't think it needs to happen.
Right. They're banking on the name. That's ultimately what happened. But, maybe you're a big fan of The Big Bang Theory and you want to see that come back. That's what we want to know about. So that is our call-in topic for tomorrow on Thursday. But in the meantime, we've got a segment called Behind the Scenes. Now, this was our call-in topic from last week when we were talking about best behind-the-scenes featurettes. And there were, pretty much any Blu-ray or DVD you buy, there's going to be either a expansive featurette or a small one and bloopers and things like that. Well, I've come across a list of behind-the-scenes movie facts that really sort of blew my mind. Hopefully they'll blow yours as well. So let's go ahead and get into it, starting with this one. While looking for a tattered coat for the character playing the wizard in The Wizard of Oz, a costume assistant bought one from a secondhand store. When the actor put the coat on, he turned the pocket inside out. Written in the pocket was the name L. Frank Baum, who is the author of The Wizard of Oz books. Baum's widow later identified the coat as actually having belonged to her husband.
That's the fact, Jack!
Wow.
Yeah. So
Talk about destiny for that role.
Right. Yeah. Who would have thought that, the author of The Wizard of Oz passed along a coat at some point that went to one of the actors in the movie. It really makes you think about how the universe works sometimes.
Yeah. You're just like, well, that was meant to be. Well,
Yep.
that was definitely meant to be. Cool.
Let's move on. We're talking behind the scenes facts. While filming Total Recall, Schwarzenegger noticed that Michael Ironside was constantly on the phone between takes. When he broached the subject with Ironside, he was told that he was phoning his sister and that she was currently suffering from cancer. Arnold immediately brought Michael to his trailer, and they had an hour-long three-way conversation with the sister about what exercises to do and what kind of food she should be eating, and really lifting her spirits. Ironside has never forgotten Schwarzenegger's kindness, and neither has his sister.
That's the fact, Jack!
I tell you, you come to my trailer right now. Come to the Terminator's trailer. I will show you what you need for the battle to cancer.
Regardless of how
We will terminate it.
how good or bad of an actor that Schwarzenegger is, he is motivational.
He's really good.
Inspiring.
I remember he used to do that tour across America for the elementary kids, and he'd do the fitness thing, and he went to Sealiger in Carson City, and I was bummed because he didn't pick Empire. So I didn't get to see it, but my friend Katie did, and I was always a little jealous of that. So
and that's where the
all my Sealiger fans.
That's where the accent came from. You were just so jealous.
I'm so jealous. You're at Sealiger Elementary. I'm here at Empire. I'm just down the road. Come on, honey. Carson City not very big.
Let's keep rolling on. We're talking behind the scenes movie facts. While filming Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Bella, the Neapolitan Mastiff that played Fang, got very protective of Daniel Radcliffe and would jump in front of him whenever the animatronic spider for Aragog would come out to defend him, resulting in them having to refilm the scene multiple times.
That's the fact, Jack!
That's pretty awesome, though, that the dog took such a liking,
Yeah. And we had a pitty that looked very similar to Fang that we actually named Hagrid after, Fang's
I remember
master.
Hagrid.
Yeah. Sweet boy. Let's keep rolling on, talking behind the scenes movie facts. This one, while filming Guardians of the Galaxy, they had to do several takes of some scenes because Chris Pratt kept making the pew-pew sounds when he fired the ray gun.
That's the fact, Jack!
Isn't it funny that some of the things that they have to get into character that helps them, and then later it's like, we'll edit it out, or we'll make sure we get that. But
that reminds me of the story of Ewan McGregor on the set of Phantom Menace. When he was doing the lightsaber scenes, he would make the sounds with his mouth, and they had to keep reshooting it and edit some of that out because he kept doing that.
That's pretty funny. I would love to see like some of those deleted scenes where they just do those things. Yeah, it's funny. You add them into your bloopers, or like Fresh Prince. Like, I didn't catch it until we watched that reunion one, but he learned everybody's lines.
And then would mouth it.
He would mouth their line right next to him, and it actually made the show. And it's like, oh, crap.
Right.
Oops.
We love peeking behind the scenes, which is why we are doing behind the scenes facts. This one, during the filming of The Lord of the Rings, Christopher Lee corrected Peter Jackson on the sound of being stabbed in the back. From the DVD commentary, said, when I was shooting the stabbing shot with Christopher as a director, I would explain to him what he should do. And he says, Peter, have you ever heard the sound of a man makes when he's stabbed in the back? I said, no. He says, well, I have, and I know what to do. He had been involved in some super secret operations for the British during World War II, which is presumably where he knew that from.
That's the fact, Jack!
That's good. Well, hey, if you know what it sounds like, you can make it work and convincing. It's crazy. Christopher Lee, Count Dooku, man, I never knew.
He saw some shit.
Yeah, he definitely has. Holy cow. He's been he had a life. That's for sure.
Yeah. Were you going to say he has a life? Because
no, he's dead.
passed.
Yeah, he's gone. I know that. He had a hell of a life, though.
Yeah.
Seems like it, at least.
Let's keep rolling on, talking behind the scenes facts. And, this may be one of those shows that you want to uncancel. In Scrubs, the janitor almost never read his script and just improvised his role. Bill Lawrence actually said that in the scripts, he had whatever Neil says written on his lines.
That's the fact, Jack!
That's kind of nice. That's like trusting you just to be creative. And sometimes that's where you get your best characters, is out of just not being restricted to somebody else's vision. If you have a vision for that character, you let your personality shine. There you go.
Well, and having the showrunners have so much faith in you that you can say really whatever as long as it's in character.
That's huge trust.
Exactly.
Yeah. Because sometimes scripted stuff, like coming from people, you're like, it's not how it would sound.
And other times it doesn't work out. We were talking about you being Ron Burgundy. Anchorman 1, it was largely improvised and turned out great. Anchorman 2, also largely improvised, not so good.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep rolling on, talking behind the scenes movie facts. An actual robber was fleeing a drugstore or some similar establishment and turned the corner onto the set of the finale of Leon, the Professional.
Leon, the Professional.
In which Leon's building is completely surrounded by cops. Upon seeing an army of actors dressed as policemen, the robber immediately surrendered.
That's the fact, Jack!
Talk about being in the wrong place
Pretty
at the
awesome.
wrong time.
There's like a guy's like, bro, I was planning to rob that bank later, but you kind of did me a solid, so just give me that money there.
There you go.
I'm robbing you now.
Let's keep rolling on behind the scenes movie facts. In Apollo 13, they filmed in NASA's Vomit Comet, a plane that flew at high altitudes and would create parabola movements to simulate a short period of low gravity. They built the Apollo spacecraft set inside the plane, and almost every scene featuring zero gravity was filmed in that plane. They flew over 500 times in the parabola. From the time that low gravity simulation would start, they would only have 23 seconds to unstrap from restraints, set up a shot, roll, and then strap back in. They completed all of these flights in 13 days. The most underrated movie fact of all time, the only movie ever to film in actual zero gravity.
That's the fact, Jack!
Of course, until Tom Cruise's Elon Musk movie
Space
comes out.
Yeah, that's awesome. I had no idea it was done like that.
Oh, and then finally, I think we got time for a couple more.
That's the fact, Jack.
In The Shawshank Redemption, there's a scene where a guy feeds a maggot to a crow. The American Humane Society made them find a maggot that had died of natural causes to feed to the crow. They wouldn't have given the no animals were harmed in the making of this film at the end if they hadn't. That's going a little extreme.
For a maggot?
It's a maggot. Come on.
That's the fact, Jack!
That one's not moving. I think it's okay.
All right. And then finally, in behind the scenes movie facts, during the filming of The Princess Bride, Mandy Patinkin's Inigo Montoya father died from cancer. So the actual actor, not the father in the movie. When he came back from the funeral, they had to shoot the scene where he kills the six-fingered man. It gives him a special fire in his eyes when he says, "I want my father back, you son of a bitch."
That's the fact, Jack!
Aww.
It makes sense.
That's good, yeah, because he was pretty passionate about that line.
Yeah, you use real life to inform the art. But in any case, folks, that does it for this segment of Behind the Scenes. After this, we are headed into the final segment of the show. It is time for This Day in History. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone. She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. We made it to the final segment of this episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. But if you missed a portion of the show or you want to go back and catch up on any of the previous shows, it's easy enough to do so. Head over to phoenixmedia.us, click on the show's link, scroll on down to the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. From there, you can get video, you can get audio as well, or head over to wherever you get podcasts. Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, TuneIn, iHeart, Doozer, Dozer, Geezer, Gozer.
Are you a god?
Yes, I am. Woohoo! Save my game and buy it today. Woohoo!
Aren't you dead today?
No! Because I'm a god.
It's a poignant impression to pick because today is the death of Mario Day. Look it up on social media, folks.
Yes.
In any case, folks,
Yes.
While you're there, be sure to subscribe. That way you always have the latest episode. Leave a review. Let us know what you think. And tell your friends because why, Tony?
Sharing is caring.
And sharing is caring, which is why we bring you this segment each and every day at the end of the show. We like to drop a little knowledge on you, hopefully make you laugh at the same time. It is time for This Day in History.
Crossing the globe for the stories that turn the world on its head. It's This Day in History with your correspondent on the beat,
Kristian Fenix.
Thanks, Siri. All right. Kicking off this day in history, this day in 1084, Anti-Pope Clemens crowns German King Hendrik IV as Holy Roman Emperor. Did you know there was such thing as an anti-pope?
Yeah, I'm not the Pope. I'm the anti-Pope. And you are now the Holy Roman Emperor.
I don't know what an anti-pope is.
I don't either. It's the first time I've heard of that.
And what does an anti-pope hat look like?
Ooh.
What about the anti-pope mobile?
Ooh. These are good questions.
I know.
Need more info.
Always need more info. Let's move on. This day in 1521, Portuguese navigator Ferdinand Magellan takes possession of Hamahon Archipelago in St. Lazarus, Philippines.
St. Lazarus.
Your homeland, Tone.
My homeland, the Philippines.
Half your homeland.
Yes. No, I was going to say, yeah, partial.
Moving on this day in 1657, thank God this didn't happen. English Parliament makes the humble petition to Lord Protector Oliver Cromwell, offering him the crown. Luckily, he declines. Oliver Cromwell, if you pay attention to this segment, you know he outlawed Christmas in England and would actually imprison people for celebrating it.
Yeah, it's a good thing they didn't make him
king.
Yeah.
No, that would
King Cromwell says no more Christmas. Ho ho ho.
This would have been a cool appointment. This day in 1770, Immanuel Kant is appointed professor of logic and metaphysics at the University of Königsberg.
Ooh,
that would be cool. Like studying metaphysics and and logic, and especially back in the 1700s when everything was metaphysical. Things happen because of the grace of God, or because of ghosts, or because of demons, or
ghosts.
Exactly. Moving on, this day in 1814, forces allied against Napoleon. They capture Paris. Of course, he drowned his sorrows by heading over to Farrell's and getting a Piggly Wiggly trough.
Excellent!
That's ice cream, people.
It is. And he captured Paris.
Speaking of Paris, this day in 1889, the Eiffel Tower officially opens in Paris. Built for the exposition Universe. At 300 meters high, it retains the record for the tallest man-made structure for 41 years. That's impressive.
That is impressive. I looked at something weird this week, and like how deep Lake Tahoe was, and then Crater Lake's obviously the deepest lake in America. And you could put the Eiffel Tower and then the Statue of Liberty, and then there was one more tall building, the Empire State Building you could put on, and it's still, Crater Lake is still deeper than all three of those stacked on each other. Yeah. Nuts, right?
Yeah.
It just blows my mind. Little things. They didn't have that for Lake Tahoe. It was just, you could put the Empire State Building in the deepest spot of Lake Tahoe, and just the tips of the Empire State Building would stick out of the lake.
Interesting.
That's it.
Very
crazy.
interesting.
So next time you're in New York, you look at those things just to picture how deep those lakes are.
Look at that. Learning something new every day, which is why we do this segment.
Random stuff.
Moving on, this day in 1939, we were just talking behind the scenes movie facts. Well, The Hound of Baskerville, first of 14 films starring Basil Rathbone as Sherlock Holmes and Nigel Bruce as Dr. Watson, is released. Interesting fact about that. So they mentioned that Basil Rathbone played Sherlock Holmes 14 times in 7 years. So he averaged 2 Sherlock Holmes movies a year.
That's crazy. Twins, Basil, twins.
That's almost like Nicolas Cage, for instance.
Yeah.
Side tangent, just real quick. Scrolling through the different streaming services of looking for things to watch, I can't tell you how many Nicolas Cage movies were made in 2020. I mean, at least a dozen.
So did he make more than Bruce Willis? Because I think they were both on par of just churning out some films.
I think he did.
Because I think Bruce jumped the shark, and he just now takes every role. Like Nicolas Cage, any role coming to you, you take it.
Yeah. Not as bad as Nicolas Cage, but still.
Slacks, the killer pants.
Let's keep rolling on. This day in 1967, the first time Jimi Hendrix burns his guitar in the Astoria, London.
Ooh. The very infamous burning of the guitar.
I guess I didn't realize that he had done it more than once. I thought it was just one incident.
He must have had a good sponsor to keep doing that, because guitars aren't cheap.
Yeah. Fender sponsored him.
Yeah, okay. Well, they're just like, we'll get you another one, Jimmy. Just light that sucker on fire.
Moving on, this day in 1969, George Harrison and Patty Boyd are fined 250 pounds each for illegal drugs.
I've got my mind set on you.
And I would assume it was marijuana. So illegal.
So illegal. You better put it away.
Moving on, this same day in 1969, the New York Times reviews Slaughterhouse-Five by Kurt Vonnegut on its publication, saying, "You'll either love it or push it back in the science fiction corner." I've never read it, but there is actually a Simon Pegg, Nick Frost movie that was released last year called Slaughterhouse-Five. Well worth a watch. It's a fun movie.
Was it a take on this?
It might have been. I don't know. Oh, sad day for Canadians. This day in 1972, the final day of the rum ration in the Royal Canadian Navy. The last day the Navy gave Canadians rum as part of their rations.
No, that's a
just
bummer.
What they were assigned.
They need more rum. Well, when they called it Black Tot Day, I figured they were out of tater tots, and I'd be pretty bummed about that.
Or they overcooked them.
Yeah. They're crunchy, crispy.
Moving on, this day in 1973, Muhammad Ali suffers a broken jaw in a shock split points decision loss to Ken Norton over 12 rounds in San Diego. Ali wins the rematch in another controversial split decision.
That's crazy you don't hear more about Ken Norton, because if he could go toe-to-toe with Muhammad Ali, especially in his prime at that time, and go, and break his jaw, then go a rematch and just lose in a split decision, that Ken Norton had to have been a pretty tough dude, man.
Oh, yeah. And I don't know, there's Ken Norton Jr., who is a
football player.
Is
That's
a coach.
The one, yeah.
I wonder if he's related, if he's the son. But,
possibly, but that's pretty awesome to go toe-to-toe with Muhammad Ali, man.
Yeah, and break his jaw. Have that, yeah. Let's move on. This day in 1983, Monty Python's The Meaning of Life is released in the U.S. I love that movie.
Classic.
So much.
Holds up well. Still got good jokes.
Rolling on, this day in 1985, WrestleMania 1 at Madison Square Garden, New York City. Do you recall who Hulk Hogan teamed up with to beat Roddy Piper and Paul Orndorff?
Orndorff? Mr. T.
Mr. T.
I pity the fool. It's WrestleMania! Brother.
Let's keep rolling on.
Brother.
Saw another one. Oh, here. Speaking of WrestleMania, this day in 1996, WrestleMania 12 at the Arrowhead Pond in Anaheim. Shawn Michaels beats Bret Hart for the WWF heavyweight title. I remember watching that one.
Oh, yeah. And the Iron Man match.
Yep.
I remember I met The Undertaker here in Reno right before WrestleMania 12. They did a signing. Him and Paul Bearer were down at Park Lane Mall, which doesn't exist anymore. And we stood in line and got pictures and met The Undertaker. Oh, yes.
The good old days of WWF wrestling. And then finally, this day in 1999, 10 Things I Hate About You, a modernization of Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew starring Julia Stiles and future Joker Heath Ledger is released. That was actually a fun movie for its time.
I enjoyed it. Had Joseph Gordon-Levitt in it as well. It was a very good movie, actually. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I don't know how it holds up today.
I was just going to say.
But for us 90s kids, it was pretty damn good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, before we head out for the day, let's go ahead and run down some of today's holidays, where we talk about the things that we celebrate. For instance, today is Cesar Chavez Day.
Yum.
It is not a food.
I know. I was thinking Caesar salad.
It is Dance Marathon Day.
All right. You better get your boogie shoes on, Boogie.
As we mentioned, it is Eiffel Tower Day.
Okay. Wee woo woo.
It is Holy Wednesday. It is
Holy Diva.
National Bunsen Burner Day.
Okay.
It is Manatee Appreciation Day.
All right.
Sea cows. People, sea cows. National She's Funny That Way Day.
She just kind of is.
Yeah. National Clams on the Half Shell, Turtle Power.
Clams on the half shell, turtle power, curly thoughts every freaking day. They're really curly.
It is National Farm Workers Day.
Yeah, all right. Good job, farmers.
It is National Little Red Wagon Day.
Oh, yeah. You better push them kids around.
It is National Crayon Day.
Ooh, I like crayons.
It is National Prom Day.
Go to prom.
It is National Tater Tot Day.
Yo!
It is also World Backup Day. So back up those computers, folks, and join us tomorrow.
And get a backup prom day in case she leaves you at the for another one.
Folks, we will see you tomorrow on a Thursday with Florida Man. Hope you enjoyed. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday.
Peace.
See ya.